Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we have a speculation on the two characters in the trailer we just saw of the new season Thorns of Devotion. So if you guys remember, Perseus, who is kind of the leading character of the trailer, is meeting his true friends outside of his door. And there is one sort of shady looking boy and then this girl character with the blonde hair, which some people were thinking originally could be like a Merlin type outfit. But there is another theory, which I honestly think makes a lot of sense. CC shared it with me in my Discord server. I don't know if it was come up with by someone else, but this is basically the theory, and it was kind of like provoked because when you look at the artwork at the end of the trailer, you see that this guy character, he has a scythe, a sickle, right? And that looked pretty strange as a weapon, which does seem attached to him. And then you have this girl character in an outfit and even hair which resembles that of DURA. So first of all, DURA does somewhat resemble the character in the trailer, not to a great amount. However, when we go deeper into actually the story of DURA, things are really gonna come together. So DURA is a goddess of life in AFK Arena. And we have the DURA's trials in AFK Journey as well. She has a conflict with her sibling, ANNIH, and that is the main focus of the story. So when you look down here at the story, thousands of years ago, the world of Vesperia was led by two siblings. On one hand, the goddess of life, DURA, and on the other hand, the god of death, ANNIH. Okay? So, siblings. They were siblings, and they were working basically together at some point. But eventually, blinded by envy, ANNIH created his own army of life forms, whom he called the Hypergeans, and ordered them to destroy all of DURA's creations. So that is basically the conflict, and then eventually, yeah, they were on opposite sides, good versus evil. So now if we take a look at ANNIH, there we have it. We have the scythe, the sickle, and honestly, why else would there be a scythe here? And they do seem like they could be siblings in the trailer. They don't introduce themselves as that, but they both came together. And they both kind of have this appearance of kind of like the child version of both DURA and ANNIH. Okay, so ANNIH is the god of death in the video game AFK Arena. His conflict with his sibling, DURA, is the main focus of the story. And it can also be seen that his weapon is a scythe. He wears a dark cap robed, resembling a monk, wearing a gold ring on his right hand. We didn't see his hand, did we? So let's just read this story. When we speak of life and death, we are referring to totally different stages of living of human beings. However, this was once a single entity of equality, which was later separated like the bonds of brotherhood between DURA and her brother ANNIH. Over the years, DURA's creations filled the world with light and life, like the Celestials, I guess, and she received much praise and adoration from her subjects, and then ANNIH began to feel despised and jealous of his sister, blinded by envy. Okay, guys, I've pulled up the trailer. This is going to be the meeting of Perseus, first meeting with those two characters. Let's take a look at it.
The blood moon draws near, Perseus. Have you made your choice? Will you stand with us against the gods?
So he says stand with us. So I mean, it's implying that as of right now, they are on the same side, DURA and ANNIH, but it could also be the point where they are actually confronting each other, or there is going to be a fight developing. Because all of these heroes which are sacrificing themselves, like the one which Perseus stabbed, and then the white-haired girl towards the end, who is going to also want to sacrifice herself, that seems like a dark evil spirit. It seems like more the Hypergean realm, and I don't know if this character, the shady guy, is responsible for that. If it is ANNIH, he might be responsible for that, trying to create an army to fight against DURA. But we don't see much more here other than this dialogue. If we forward further, so that is basically all we see of these characters, and then it just jumps at the end. We see that scythe with this shady looking boy character at the end. So that is basically all we have to break down. Let's go ahead and play the sacrifice scene again. Maybe there's something there that is we can try to read into a bit more. Okay, the only other thing I can really see here is that this. I mean, I don't know what this is supposed to be. Some creature or the Hypogean who she's sacrificing herself for, or maybe even Annie. I don't know, but this is the only other thing I can read from this trailer. But honestly, when we think about it, I do think this theory of the siblings and like the early stages of the relationship of Dura as a sibling to Annie before there was actually a battle or confrontation, this could be what these two characters are and are symboling. And it definitely makes sense, because also if it's going with like the Greek theme, because we knew for this season it was going to be an ancient theme in the past. So if it's going back like 1,000 years, that is around the time where these two were siblings before there was that confrontation. So I definitely think it could be like a lot of things add up, and definitely when you look at the scythe that this character has, that was kind of the giveaway, which then really got people thinking that maybe this is Annie. And like, they just make sense because this character here also has blonde hair. She looks like Dura. They could easily be siblings based on the trailer. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section down below. I think this is a really interesting speculation idea. If you have any other ideas, feel free to share them down below. But yeah, I really feel like there's a lot of weight behind this theory. That's why I brought it up, and that's why I want to discuss it. I'm interested to hear your opinions as well. And if you want to talk with me more, you can feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. That's where people first were sharing this theory with me, which was really cool. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Also, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. There's a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.